Hi guys. Well, I wasn't going to go to the second Paris City Mega Wool giveaway, but the server lag was so bad that I really couldn't get anything done in my own town, so I decided to wander over there and see what was going on. Now, I have nothing against Amelia, the mayor there. She's awesome. She's been a mayor several years, which is an amazing feat in itself to maintain things for that long and have such a big city. He's very generous, and she repaired her town, and just everybody likes her. So, but there is a fundamental problem with the giveaways that I want to try to explain here. This represents the server and how the blocks are supposed to be on the server. The server coordinates where all the blocks are in the game, who owns what, who has access to what, and so forth. Now, in order to play the game, you play it on your phone. So, in order for that to work, you get a copy of what the server has. So here's a copy of what's on the server, which loads up when you start the game. And then so you can wander around, and get your blocks, okay? So, it's a wool giveaway time. Oh, here's a nice red wool block. Let's get it. Okay, now what actually happens here? There's another player over here with their iPhone. They have the same picture and they want the same block. So at the very same time, they get the block. Now what happens is it takes about a second for the block to disappear. So that's all handled on your phone. Once the block disappears, you don't get it right away. A request has to be sent back to the server saying, okay, I just took this red block away, okay? But the same request came in from here, so both requests came in at the same time for the same block, all right? So whichever request gets there first, that's the one the server has to handle. So let's say it was this person. So the server says, okay, you get this block, and then it gets put in your inventory. So the message gets sent back to this player's phone, and the block successfully goes into the inventory. Now in the meantime, the other message came in from this player for the same block, but it's already gone because that other message is handled. So the server says, oh, that block isn't there anymore, sorry. So the block is removed from here, but she doesn't get it, and there's no notification. It disappears because she thought she got it, and the phone thought she got it, but when it went back to the server, that block was already taken. So it looks like it's fake wool. That's why people keep complaining about fake wool. Now, server lag is also a problem. So while all this is going on, now this third player over here, the server has to send this person a message that this wool block was taken. So that has to go out here, and in the meantime, he had already taken out this blue block. Okay, and that has to go to the server. The server has to do that, and then everybody else is connected, and if there's 100 people connected, 100 people have to get the notification that, okay, in addition to the red, now the blue is missing as well. So, and if there's a server lag problem, she could get this block, but that block could have been gone for like a whole minute, and she just got the message now that it wasn't actually there. So it's no wonder that it's mayhem during some of these block giveaways. At the peak of the second wool giveaway, the server lag was so bad, I actually did get a block. On my end, the block was removed and the request got sent to the server. Do you know, I kid you not, it took 5 minutes for that block to show up in my inventory. I did get it. It didn't just disappear like it was not there. It took 5 minutes to show up in my inventory. That's crazy. Now, half an hour later, I managed to get some more wool, and that time I think it only took about 20 seconds. There weren't quite as many people on, but that's just nuts. So now I'd like to explain how I actually did get some wool in this crazy giveaway. Okay, here's the new setup. Certainly not ideal, but better than the first wool giveaway. Instead of Amelia passing out the wool blocks one at a time and expecting, 100 people to jump on the same wool at once, she actually laid out all the wool on plots in advance. And she was nice enough. What she did is she went over to the plots and unclaimed them from her town, so they went back to the wilderness. At that point, anybody can get the wool. Now, and each plot has 256 wool pieces. I only have 16 in this picture, but in the real game, 256 wool pieces, so they're kind of spread out, so it gives everybody a fighting chance to get wool. So here's what I did. There was several plots light up. I went over here on a plot that wasn't being activated yet, and I just waited. First of all, I stood on one of the pieces of wool, and if you stand on a block, no one else can get it because it says you can't dig under someone. And then I used my robo miner. If you don't know what a robo miner is, I'll put that in the link description, or I'll put the link in the description. And I just started mining the 2 blocks ahead of me. So I just kept mining, and it just says, you're not the owner of this block. And I just kind of stood there for literally for half an hour. And if you don't have a robo miner, you can just keep mining with your finger for half an hour. Amelia finally came over, and it was the turn to do this. Now, as soon as she activated it, since I was already continuously mining here, I kind of had first dibs, the very first message of the server before somebody else came over to get the same block. So I managed to get the 2 blocks in front of me before other people did, and then I mined directly beneath me. That one was reserved for me. And I managed to get the 3 blocks. And like I said, the first time I did this, it took half an hour, or no, not half an hour, sorry, 5 minutes for it to show up in my inventory. Then I went to another section, I did the same thing, and that time, I think it only took like 20 seconds. And that was half an hour later, so it took like over an hour of just waiting and mining to get 6 wool blocks. So I guess you can decide whether it was a success or not. So now the question is, what can be done in the future to make giveaways more successful? I have a couple of ideas. Number one is do a scavenger hunt, where Amelia would go to a top secret location in the wilderness, hide all the wool under grass, and this would be done like an hour before the giveaway, and also she would make sure that the area she picked wasn't subject to a wilderness reset. Anyway, then at the wool giveaway time, lead everybody to the secret location and then have them to start digging. And that'll spread everybody out. We'll be panicking looking for wool, but at least it spreads people out more. Now there's still the problem of lag. If you get 200 people doing it at once, it could take a long time for wool to show up in your inventory, or even the wool you thought you uncovered was already taken because of the server lag. But there is another idea. And that's to do what radio stations do for giveaways. They tell their listeners to stay tuned all day long and listen for giveaways, at a random time. So, and Amelia could do the same thing. Just instead of doing 5,000 wool at once, she could do 100 a day at a random time. And the only way to know when is to sort of hang around town all day. That's sort of a genius way to boost her town in top towns. And instead of having everybody on at once, it kind of reduces the number of people at each giveaway and reduces the strain of each giveaway. So, food for thought. One last thought. Be on the watch for fake giveaways. Ever since the first Paris wool giveaway, you see nothing but giveaways all day long in chat. It's like the latest hip thing. The latest gimmick to get people to go to your town is just say there's a giveaway, and automatically people show up. A lot of those are fake. So just be careful. Try to find towns with honest people and mayors that know what they're doing, and take your time, make some friends. Find out which mayors are actually legit and good for you. So have fun. Gotta go. Bye.